Hey Tamra, thanks for coming in today. I'm glad to see you made it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for scheduling this appointment with me. It really means a lot.
So, what brings you in today?
Um, just, I don't know, I guess just everything that's kind of going on right now in the world and in my personal life as well. Um, of course, there's a pandemic going on right now with
Yeah.
COVID-19, and it's affecting a lot of people's lives, like myself. More so with affecting school right now, like our clinical has been canceled, which is really disappointing. Our 2 week break is canceled, which is also really disappointing because I was really looking forward to that. And I had my cousin's bachelorette plan to San Diego, and everything was booked and paid for, and now we're not able to go, which I kind of had a feeling we wouldn't be able to, but just knowing now that we don't even get a break at all throughout school and we're going to have to just keep working for like, I don't know, 4 to 6 months straight with nothing. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, it's just been, I just feel like it's just kind of been like a letdown after a letdown. And I'll go into more detail about other stuff too, but more so it's just about how COVID-19 is kind of affecting my life in like different areas.
Yeah. Sounds like, you've got a lot going on, and then having this added concern of the virus. It sounds like the thing that you're most upset about is not having that break and the bachelorette party. Is that what it was?
Yeah, because my cousin's getting married in September. And of course, after doing exams and working hard, during your semester, like, and going on a little trip is just something exciting to look forward to. So, of course, but I'm also really disappointed because I'm scared that it's going to affect our graduation day and time. Like, the timeline of schooling is kind of getting thrown off, I feel, which is another thing that stresses me out because I feel like I'm kind of just stuck right now. Like, I feel like I had this plan in my head for school and I had a timeline and I'm going to graduate next summer and I'm going to be able to move out and get my own place and just kind of be where I've wanted to be for a really long time. And I feel like now I'm kind of delayed in that because of this, which I mean, this is just life and it happens, but it's
Mhm.
also you're only human and you can't help
Right.
but to feel those feelings of letdown and kind of like disappointment. And the most of all is everything is so uncertain right now.
Yeah. It sounds like, you are the type of person that you have all these things in place and goals, maybe let's say of like, you have your graduation, you have this date, and you have all these things. And with what's happening with the virus of kind of the unknown, I'm wondering if that's what is troubling for you of not knowing because you're typically so used to having everything done and making sure it gets done in these dates and having something to look forward to.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. I am like a person that likes to be organized and kind of know what's going on in my life. And I do like to have things to look forward to because I feel like that's what kind of motivates you to do things too.
Of
And I
course.
feel like right now there's like no motivation because everything is on hold with life and we just have to keep working and it can just be really mentally draining, um, and hard to stay motivated. Like it scares me because it's like I want to be motivated, and I mean I still am, but it's hard when your world is kind of flipped upside down from a virus. And another thing that's really stressful is my mom is sick, dealing with her bladder cancer. She had all her treatments. And then she went back in for a procedure and she got it biopsied again. So now we're just waiting for those results. But um, we've been positive and everything, and things have been fine. But the one thing that I feel that I'm struggling with about it is like I right now live downstairs at my parents' like little suite. And so I'm living in their house. Um, and I feel like I'm almost like the only one that sees my mom in those fragile times. Like I'm the one that comes upstairs and I'm the one that sees her crying on the couch, or I'm the one that I can tell there's something on her mind, or she's either scared or upset, and you know, I have to comfort her, and I have to, and that's hard for me to do as well, you know, on top of exams, schooling, pandemic, all that. You know, it wears on me too. Like, I feel like I'm a strong person and I can handle that stuff, but it gets to me too. And I don't know, it's just been kind of tough. And my sister's pregnant, so, and of course we have to social distance, so I can't really enjoy her pregnancy with her, and she's trapped inside and she's really sad too, so it's like everybody's just sad. So it's hard to just find that
Mm-hmm.
hope, and
Mm-hmm.
that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you got to keep staying strong, and I feel like I'm just kind of struggling with that a little bit right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I just want to kind of recap a bit, because in the last just couple minutes there were
I
so many
know
things and
there's so many
so
things.
so your mom does have cancer
Yeah,
and she's gone for treatments. She lives upstairs with you and your dad.
yeah, my dad, so like this is their
Okay.
house, and they
Okay.
have a little suite downstairs, so I have my own living space, but I have to go up there to like do cooking and stuff, so of
Yeah.
course I still see my parents, right? um yeah.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
mentioned that you're the only one that sees her and has to like help and look after her,
Mm,
but I feel like it's not that you have to, that you would instinctively, you do that, but having
yes.
to do that with everything else with, say, school, but now on top of it, the virus is just, it's a lot. And I just wanted to say, um,
Mm.
that going back to the break that you're not getting, maybe, and then having this other stress, can you see other things that you can do to help yourself just not feel so overwhelmed? Like,
Yeah, like I've really been trying to still incorporate like getting workouts in, like going outside, um, just being in the sun, just staying active, going for walks. Like I feel like that takes my mind off stuff, and it makes me feel good. I'm just trying to stay busy, and I'm trying to fill those voids, I guess. I am trying to stay positive.
yeah.
But some days you just wake up and you just feel like the weight of your world is on your shoulders, and it just is pushing you down, and you're trying to not let it push you down.
Hmm.
And I really try to mentally talk myself out of those moments, but sometimes it's just hard and you just don't have the strength.
Especially right now with everything going on, no matter where you go, the newspaper, social media,
Uh,
it's there. It's like you can't get away. So it's constant things. So it's something to really like pay attention to, or to take that, make sure that you take that time for yourself to go for
yeah.
walks or turn that stuff off, right?
Yeah, no, you're so right about that. And one thing I was doing at the beginning of this pandemic was I was really watching the news a lot, like, and then social media, and then the news, and like back and forth. It's like a ping pong of like people's opinions and then what the news is saying. And it's just like, and then I work in the hospital still, like I'm still working. So another thing, it's like I get worried coming home. It's like I don't want to get my mom sick because my mom
Yeah.
is sick, and I don't, you know, like she's more vulnerable. I can never say that word.
Vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so there's so many things, but
Yeah.
just that's just life, and you just have to keep kind of trucking along, but
Hmm.
things could be worse, and I tell myself that. um but yeah, just I feel like my coping's just been a little more weak than
Yeah.
it usually is, and that's kind of what I'm struggling with. And
You say your coping's a little weak, I think you said, as normal, but maybe also the fact you're not normally in full-time school, you're not normally stressing over these exams and clinicals and this, and then now like the virus, right? There's, you maybe give yourself some credit that with
yeah,
everything
you're right.
going on with the virus, and then on top of that, your school, and you're still doing it and getting really good marks.
Well, thank you. Like, I appreciate you saying those positive things about me. It does help to hear that because I feel like I always try to motivate myself and kind of pat myself on the back and to make myself feel good sometimes, but sometimes it feels good coming from others and in like an outside source. So I appreciate that. And I'll try to like keep that in my head. But yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to think too, like what else can I do to, get the stuff off my mind? Like maybe I should go for a bike ride or like, and it's hard too because like I'm single and I have my sister, but I can't really see her and I can't see my friends. So another thing is like sometimes I feel really alone
Of
too.
course. Yeah.
Like, and it's like it can be hard when you're having those like weak times and
Yeah.
you feel like you just wish you had somebody close that you can just kind of find comfort in. And I think that's why I just kind of needed to talk to somebody today too, is because it just gets lonely, and it gets sad and
Hmm.
everything just kind of can hit you all at once. And I had one of those days when I was studying for my exam. I just like cried and like I just couldn't focus and I just kind of let it out. But sometimes I feel like that release really helps sometimes.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like when you're feeling overwhelmed that sometimes that's just what you need to do, and you're aware that you feel alone, but I mean with everything going on, it's not like you can just go out and hang out with your friend or right? So it
Ah,
yeah.
like you can't even go to the mall. You can't, go grab like a coffee with a friend or like it just feels weird and it's like when is it like is it going to go away? Like it's just so much unknown and so many opinions, and that's another thing that frustrates me too is I feel like some people are really kind of ignorant about it and they're not really taking it serious.
Hmm.
And that's another frustrating thing, but I don't know. I just wish it would go away and we could just live our lives normally again and just I just want to get through school and just like be able to breathe and just live life and not feel so stressed all the time. And I guess, I don't know, I guess I'm just struggling with that the most. And the fact that there's no break, like it's hard to see yourself just going and going and going. It's like a machine. I feel like I'm a machine right now. Like I'm just like, I'm not a human. I'm just doing everything that I have to do. And
But machines break down over time and they need to
you're
be
right.
they need to be repaired, and you take
Yeah,
them into the shop to get a tune-up. So
maintained.
so for you, what kinds of things can you do for yourself with everything going on with this pandemic? What can you do to help so that you don't have to go into a maintenance shop?
Yeah, you're true. That's a really good analysis. um, I guess just self-care and just take care of myself. I guess maybe do little things that make myself feel good. Like, I don't know, maybe having a home spa day, maybe, and doing like a facial or like giving myself a pedicure or reading a book and having a glass of wine or something like that. Maybe I need to find more moments where I can do that for myself because I feel like I'm always just go, go, go. And then it's like I'm burnt out and then I just go to bed. And then I wake up and I do the whole thing again. So you're
Mhm.
right. Like I should find more time to maintain my self care and my like just my mental health. It's
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing more myself.
Is it something that you could do with your mom? Like, are you close with your mom? You could have like
Yeah,
a
we're very
coffee
close.
date with her or like a facial mask night.
Yeah, like I mean, that's a really good idea. It's just the only thing with my mom right now is like I feel like she's always like she just seems so tired all the time, and so I try hard to lift her spirits and stuff. But maybe I should try to like incorporate her in those things. But it's hard to get her motivated. It's hard to even get her like sometimes I say to her like, "Oh, let's go walk the dog together," and and she'll want to, but then we just don't do it. It's like I almost feel like she kind of has a little bit of depression too, so it's hard
Mhm.
for her to get up and get going sometimes. So it's like I have to kind of give her little pep talks get her going. But no, I will try that though. I think that's a good idea.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where our time is at.
5 minutes.
Okay,
4
so
minutes.
okay. Thanks, Tamara. So we'll just try and sum things up here. So those are some really good things that I think you should do, and I think you know what you need to do when you have those moments. You know,
Yeah.
you learn from it, and I mean, look at you. You're still going. You're still doing the assignments. You're here. You ended up being here,
Yeah,
and you
right.
took the time out of the day, and
I
yeah.
did, yeah. And I mean, even just doing this too is kind of like a self-care thing as well, I guess. Like, it's maybe it's just better to just have some one-on-one sometimes to just kind of release everything, that's coming from like an outside source, not like family or friends. So
Mhm.
yeah, I do find that it helps.
Good.
I appreciate it.
Thanks. Okay, so we will end the session and see you soon again.
Okay, sounds good,
Okay,
Mel.
thanks, Tamara. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.